Be humble in this thing. Be humble. When you progress in this thing, I mean in this truth, you move up in ranks, you get some experience. It's so easy and natural for it to get to your head. Demons be like, yeah, I'm over this person, I'm over him, I'm better than him. And what happens? Often, brothers start comparing their strengths to other brothers' weaknesses. They don't like to compare their weaknesses to another brother's strengths. Nope. They like to see the worst in brothers. You get high, mighty, you get puffed up. You think you just that person. You just that it. Gotta remain humble in this thing. You do not want to you have your heart and your mind lifted up. We've seen examples of that in our own camp. We got examples of that in the scriptures. This is Sirach 23 and verse uh matter of fact, let me start with verse 1 and I'm gonna take it to man, I did not I plan to just read verse 4. I'm gonna realize I'm gonna have to read a little bit more. This is Sirach 23 and 1. Oh Yahweh, Father and Governor of all my whole life, leave me not to their counsels, and let me not fall by them. Who will set scourges over my thoughts, and discipline of wisdom over mine heart, that they spare me not for mine ignorances, and it pass not by my sins. So, your thoughts in this thing. You gotta. What is scourges? You ever have some scourges? Like, let's say you got some barbed wire. The more you move, the more you get cut. You gotta be still. So you want to set scourges over your mind. So you don't. You basically so you don't start thinking a bunch of foolish, dumb, idiotic thoughts. This is Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 12. Proverbs 26 and 12 says, seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than him. So what is a man wise in his own conceit? Meaning he's wise in his own eyes. You can't tell him nothing because he thinks it, and because he thinks it, it is so. It is thus. You can't tell him nothing. You can't reason with him. So he's wise in his own eyes. You're getting lifted up. You're getting prideful. That is what we're trying to not be in this truth. So can you do the opposite? Humble yourself? Or does the Most High got to put a thorn in your flesh for you to be humble? Here's another verse. This is Proverbs 24 and verse 9. It says, the thought of foolishness is sin. The thought of foolishness, you thinking stupid thoughts, that's sin. So send some scourges over those thoughts, over those minds, so you ain't thinking these dumb, idiotic, stupid thoughts. The thought of foolishness is sin. And now let's get to what foolishness is. Foolishness, what's the opposite of foolishness? Wise. When you don't think things out and you just make a dumb decision, I mean, it's just some stuff is just foolish. You know, you acting like a woman, acting emotional. You do knee-jerk reactions, and you quit your job because you're mad, and you realize you got bills to get paid, and you're like, "Oh damn, what do I do?" That was foolish. And a lot of times, life has taught you lessons, or have most I've been trying to teach you lessons, and you keep ignoring them over and over and over, and it goes for me too. And guess what? What do? You make the same stupid, dumb mistakes. You don't want to be lifted up in this thing. You know, when you want to have scourges. I'm gonna read that again. Sirach 23, verse 2. Who will set scourges over my thoughts, and the discipline of wisdom over mine heart, that they spare me not for mine ignorances, and it pass not by my sins. You think stupid thoughts? Those are sins. You know, once you start, you want to be able to rebuke these thoughts instantly. When a thought comes up, you don't want to get all the way to the point where it comes out your mouth and you spewed it out. You want to rebuke those thoughts before they even come to your tongue. Because it goes a little bit further. It says, let my ignorance increase, and my sins abound to my destruction. Lest my ignorances increase, and my sins abound to my destruction, and I fall before mine adversaries, and my enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy, O Yahweh, Father, and God of my life. Give me not a proud look, but turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind. So you don't want a proud look. The Most High hates that. Turn away from me vain hopes and conspicuous, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. Those thoughts, you want to keep those thoughts in check. You want to keep those. That's why, if you keep, matter of fact, we'll go grab it. Luke chapter 11, about the 24th verse. We got to deal with these spirits and demons. Luke 11 and 24 says, when an unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places. And how does an unclean spirit go out of a man? There's many ways you get to exercise. A person could cast it out of you. The Most High can cast it out of you. Another way, the Most High, you can pray to get those demons off of you. You can do some self-examination. And when you do that, serious self-examination, you can get those demons off of you, and you fight. And so now that demon is gone. We're reading on. He walketh through dry places seeking rest, and findeth none. So these spirits, they have to actually inhabit a person. Just like you ever seen Venom. Venom has to inhabit Eddie Brock. It needs a host. So these spirits look for a host, and they can't find one. And finding none, he saith, I will return unto my house whence I came out. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. He find it swept and garnished. Nothing's inside. Your mind is not thinking on the scriptures. Because if it was, he'd be looking in there and he wouldn't be able to go back in there. So he finds it swept, garnished. No, nothing's on your mind to occupy that. Then he goeth, he and taketh to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. So those spirits come back with a vengeance and they hop on them. That's why you see people when they relapse. Stronger demons just jumped on them. On that note, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Makakwadash. Double honors to Elders GMS Ruel. Peace, salutations, and shalom.